Alrighty, hey there everyone. We're back yet again with some more Minecraft. Last time we spent 2 hours grinding Wither Skulls. That's it. That's all we did. Yeah, so that was fun. Took a little bit longer than I expected, but we got a hold of a pretty solid chunk here. And now all we gotta do is go to the end and go kill the Wither however many times. I think I got enough for 25 extra beacons. That's in addition to the 9 nether size that I already have. So yeah, we're just gonna pop over there real quick and go get this down. Real quick though, before I go, I'm gonna write down my coords for the beacon stuff. So we're gonna do -50 on both axes from this point. So that way we know how to cover everything in the center. So I'm just gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna do -50 on the diagonal. So we're gonna do -24039, and maybe I should go ahead and hit F3 to actually show my targeted block. There we go. All right, now with something like this, and see, I'm glad I did that because our targeted block's actually a little different than what we're physically standing on. So 24040, and it's 50. Let's see here, we got that. It's going to be -24090. And then we're going to do beacon 2 is going to be -24090. Okay, and then we're going to do -873 minus 50 is going to be -923. And then plus 50 is going to be -823. And then we're going to do beacon 3 is going to be -24040 plus 50 is going to be -23990. And then beacon 4 is going to be -23990. And then we just mix and match our X and Z coordinates, because we're doing the diagonals out. So it's going to be -923 and then -823. Here we go. All right. So that's where we're going to be digging our beacon holes at. But of course, we're not at that point yet. I mean, we still have to like do shit. So that's kind of the other deal. How are we doing on iron? Solid enough. This should at least be enough for 2 sextuple beacons, maybe 3. I haven't had to build them in ages, so I couldn't quite tell you at the top of my head, but we're going to give that a try here in a little bit. But first things first, though, let's go ahead and actually get the hell out of here so we can get to the, we can actually get to the nether and go do all this. We're also going to clean up all that stuff, too, and then start running the mob farms again because it's been too long, so... But we're not going to worry about that right this second. We're also going to pop into the Soul Sand Valley first to actually go get some more Soul Sand, because we kind of need that. There we go. Alright. Let's climb on down here. Here we go. It's our little cubby. We still have not ever replaced the damn sign, but you know what? That's fine. Oh, you were an adult. I thought you were a kid. You could just die. But yeah, with existing spawn proofing, we were able to do, I think it was 1 skull every 90 seconds or so in the nether, which genuinely isn't too bad. It, you know, it took 2 hours to get to this point, so it could have been a lot worse, but I am actively going to start working on spawn proofing again once we build a cobblestone farm. There's a very nice design by Raiseworks that uses the end portal in a very nice way, that will automatically farm cobblestone as long as we have a chunk loader there. So we could let that run at some point in the next. We'll probably build that today after we build out the beacons. Just that way we can get some cobblestone going. But once something like that is built, it gets so much easier to actually spawn proof because we have a non-flammable building block like that we can actually use, and we'll have a hell of a lot of it. So I think the cheapest and quickest design takes like, I'm not sure we're going the right way here. No, I don't think we are. But I'm pretty sure the cheapest and quickest design that he had, it produced something like 13,000 cobblestone an hour or something like that. You can upgrade it to produce like 81,000 cobblestone an hour. But we don't need to do that because we don't need 81,000 cobblestone, like, ever. Now, if we do for some reason, great, we'll go ahead and do that. But like, we shouldn't really need that much cobblestone because that's more cobblestone than we can physically place down, you know? Like, we literally cannot do anything with that. So, yeah, it's a little cursed. Well, we'll go ahead and fly on over. But, yep, we'll try and get that cobblestone farm built so we can actually have some nice stuff going. And then we will see what else we can do with it all. Since I'm tired of using bamboo slabs and buttons, so yeah. But it'd be pretty easy. I mean, it's literally just getting a snow golem on a slab on a boat, which if that's the case, we should actually carve this away to start prepping for it. Yeah, we'll have to carve all this out. Now, there should still be some infested stone here, because that'll be the easiest thing to get into here that, like, the snow golem is going to aggro, so... Oh, we had a lead there on the ground the whole time. I'll have to go pick that up. Let's go ahead and toss all this out. There we go. Do a little something like that. Yep, so now it's all prepped to go. So at some point we just have to find infested stone brick on one of these. Which, you know, I mean, we can just pull up the F3 menu for that, so it's not really too hard. But, oh, see, we got one right there. So we'll mark that out as special. And otherwise, we can just pop on through. Hopefully I set my spawn point, but if I didn't, it's not too far of a boat ride back, so it's okay. Not gonna focus on getting wither roses with this this time. We're just gonna kill the wither 25 times. So luckily this portal can still be used just for that. It's perfectly viable, so we'll go ahead and pop on down, and we'll tuck away our extra soul sand and we'll keep a stack on hand for right now. And all we do is start placing these. Go ahead and let it do its thing. We're also going to turn down our audio because, you know, this is going to get loud for a while. There we go. And yep, this is what we're doing for today. And then after this, we're going to dig really big holes to get everything under. I should make a Smite 5 sword just for the wither here, honestly. Your Smite 5 netherite sword that's fully enchanted. And maybe I should also put in like a double beacon with like haste and strength 2, like haste 2, strength 2. That would be useful. Well, at least he dies quickly enough. And I will leave him in there until we're done. It's fine. There we go. We need to make a new bow soon enough. Or at least repair this existing one. Here we go. And I mean, hey, while we're here, we may as well get our tools all fixed up too, so. We're down to our stack, so we should be okay. Go. Put that in there. There we go. But yeah, main goal for today, we're gonna get all these beacons crafted. We're gonna get the holes dug out for all the beacons at the specified spots, and then we are gonna get them all set up and working. And that really is the main thing I want to do with this stream, you know, just actually getting all those beacons set up and getting rid of the old one. We'll leave the old one in place too for a while until we're physically done putting in the new ones, because we're gonna use the haste effect on it, of course, so. But yep, we will get this all done. Although it is taking a while. We're only at 5 nether stars, so we got 20 more withers to kill, including this one. Which again, steak is too juicy, my lobster too buttery. You know, what a bad problem to have, right? Go. We're still doing really good, which makes enough sense. Oh, right, we still have to empty out this bundle at some point. Now, I found out very recently too, for obsidian farms, it turns out there's a type of farm you can make that will auto-regen the portal. So you have a portal in the overworld that gets constantly destroyed by the wither, and then on the nether side it's constantly regen by like an entity passing through. So that's another way you can farm obsidian. The benefit to that one is that it doesn't take up the actual end portal obsidian here, which is a huge deal, because if we want to do more automatic farms, like if we wanted to do like an azalea farm, for example, the only way we can break that wood is by using the end portal, without using glitches, of course. And that would be a big deal. Additionally, we could also have like a cobblestone basalt farm here on the end portal side to produce a bunch of stuff. But realistically, it'll get to a point where we just want to try and cram as many farms on the end side as possible in a small enough area that then feed all the blocks to that end portal, and it'll be constantly regenerated. And if we can do that, I mean, shit, that would be huge. But that's what we're working towards. Unless there's somehow a way to, like, get the wither in there with all of those farms, and have it be the thing that, like, destroys all the blocks for it or something. Or at least for the obsidian. Because realistically, if we could just have it, like, destroy the obsidian and then, like, minimize what it destroys around it other than obsidian, then the end portal will break all the other blocks, so that would be really huge. Because we only want the wither on that portal for the obsidian part, so there's just gotta be something, I feel, that will keep things going, but we'll see if we can figure that one out. I think our portal's buried in fairly deep too, so we'll have to dig it out a lot more. And then we also need to baby-proof our obsidian platform. That's kind of the big thing. Oh, that Enderman's gone. Good for him. It does damage my armor ever so slightly, but it's literally not in a way that matters, so I don't really care. We keep going. We're about halfway there. And hey, we'll have some extra skulls for next time in case we ever want to grind more beacons. Which, the next time we grind more beacons, though, I specifically want it so all of the spawn proofing is done first. So I'm not going to grind any more beacons until the spawn proofing is fully done, because I don't want to wait that long like I did last time. 2 hours one time is more than plenty for basically ever, so... Yep, still going. Apparently I can't land crits that often because I'm kind of bad, but that's alright. Well, we're at 13 other stars, so we're doing good. We'll take that obsidian out too, and we'll put it away in our other shulker box. That. Let's grab that obsidian box here real quick. There we go. Yeah, it would probably help if I crouched more often. Or alternatively, I could just give myself like one extra little block of space on the floor. You could do that, yeah. Probably have like a retractable block or whatever. Just that way we could make like killing the wither a little bit easier. Yeah, I think that's the play. Oh, we've only got 8 more to kill. With this one, it's actually 9, so yeah. Would always bring out my smite axe. In fact, I actually kind of need to bring out my smite axe anyway, so... Damn, he folds pretty fast to that. That's kind of nuts. Still need more soul sand. Damn. Yeah, that was the right way to go, I guess. With getting the axe, that's way quicker. I guess axe crits really do that much, huh? It's fucked up. Well, granted, this one has, you know, Smite 5 on it. It's been 20 minutes and all we've done is kill the Wither a bunch. Okay, there's worse things to be doing, right? Alright, we're in the home stretch here. What are we doing on stars? We're at 21 stars. That's pretty good. Can't complain much about that. Dang it. That got us to level 65. Alright, last one. We're free. We'll go ahead and tuck all this extra soul sand away. And you know what? We'll put the extra Wither Skull on there. Why not? They can stay there. There we go. Perfect. There's our diorite. There's our nether stars. And bada bang, bada boom. We're all good. Cool. Well, that was truly one of the things that happened. Let's go ahead and turn up our sound again to 30. And let's get the hell out of here. That wasn't too bad. Alright. Gonna take a second because we have to load everything around us. Which ain't too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and cook up these beacons. Alright, so we're gonna need our obsidian box, and then we're gonna need ourselves one of our glass boxes. Actually need more obsidian than that. Beacon, there we go. Cool. Very swag. Glad I took the time to go grind all that obsidian when we were grinding Wither Roses, because that stuff has been super helpful to just pop out and grab. Oh, actually we're not done yet. So we have 9 more we need to do. How could I forget? Last beacons. Alright, we got half a stack of beacons now. That's pretty good. We can do some nice things with that. There we go. That comes back to me. That goes away, because I don't want to see that again for right now. And there we go. Alright. So, with that being said, now this is where we go ahead and we pull out our book, and we get our Elytra, we pull out our book. We're going to do beacon number 1, so it's going to be negative 24090, negative 923. Let's see here. We want to go negative x, negative z. Okay, so we want to head out this way first. And we have to dig a big ass hole going straight down to bedrock. So, yeah. Was that second coordinate? That Z chord? 923. So it'll put us right in here. $90 and then 23. This is it right here. So we're gonna do it so it's horizontally facing away. You can see we have our center block and then it's going away from it. We also have an Enderman nearby, which is quite odd. Alright, well, that gets us started. You should probably grab one extra shulker box at least, since we haven't done that. Here we go. As we're going to want to save all this stuff here. And we just have to dig down. All we got to do. Now, unfortunately, we don't get haste for this. So this is just going to be a long process. And we'll make sure to do an appropriate amount of spawn proofing. There we go. Alright, we've got like 180 blocks to dig. We're gonna mine this as stone and not cobblestone, just for now. We'll do some of the others as cobblestone to make life a little bit easier, but not to make life easier, but to just get more cobblestone, because we don't really have any more. Oh, we have a zombie in a cave nearby. That's unusable. And not good. We need to do something about that. That's to our left from our bed, so it's going to be out this way. Let's go take care of that. Yep, it's definitely down. Okay, we're coming right up on it. Here we go. Zombies with rotten flesh. Who would have guessed? Oh, let's continue to get this blocked up. I don't want to go in a rabbit hole for this. I really don't. Alright, let's just block up whatever we can until it loops. We're close to our beacon now. It's got some grass, so it has to be somewhat close to the surface for that. Ow. Hey, I'm lucky I didn't land on a thing of dripstone. Or maybe I did and I tanked it. I don't really know, actually. But I gotta watch my step a little bit more. Not do stupid shit like that. Alright, well, I mean, I guess that's as far as the rabbit hole went, so I guess it's okay. It's still a little goofy, but hey. We've done worse spawn proofing. Well, let's go ahead and go back up to our funny little thing. Continue this. go. All right, and our staircase should just be up in here, right around this area. Here we go. We'll seal it off. I don't really care. There we go. All right, back to bullshit. All right, if the bottom of the world is basically at negative 56, then we have somewhere in the ballpark of about 150 layers to go. Well, actually, no, now it's closer to about 146, but, you know, that's because we're still actively mining there, so, yeah. Let's go ahead and tuck away some of this crap while we're here. We'll sort or burn that later. I'm mainly focused on getting the holes dug out for right now. We'll come back through after all 4 of them are dug, and then we'll place in all of the beacon beams and all that kind of good stuff. I think we're also gonna dig paths between them. So basically, once we hit like bedrock layer, we're gonna like dig out like a large square of like tunnels that connect to each other, and then we'll have those link up to our actual central base as well. So that way we can easily just get into here through our base at the bedrock level and just kind of get into all the beacons if we need to. So just that way we got easy access. That haste beacon we currently have was more of a stopgap until we could get to this point, and now that we're at this point, we want to take the time and care that we need to have, so that way we can actually get some shit done. So yeah. And just to make life easier, because, you know, as we add more and more beacons and expand our range, it's gonna get trickier and trickier, but 4 sextuple beacons will do us fine for right now, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Oh, that's cool. Cool cave noise. Sure. We're getting close to 0 at least, so we are making some good progress. It's been 35 minutes, so we've already been going through this quite a lot. But hey, in 35 minutes we killed a crap ton of withers. I mean, who the hell could complain about that? Looks like we got some parts of the deep dark here. Luckily, it seems to be areas we've already covered before. Not very well, but well enough, I guess. Let's line ourselves up with one of these corners here. You get out of here. Yeah, of course you pick up an item, you bastard. There we go. Perfect. Alright. That's where we gotta continue that, but again, we're gonna take a little detour to do just a little bit more lighting. Now that we're a lot more kitted up, we don't have to skedaddle through this nearly as hard. Hey, and actually, this is really good to know about because we actually have access to glow squid here. So this could be very useful. Oh, I had explored up to a point. That's not nice. I don't want to deal with that. Alright, we're going to give it some time here. Should be okay. 50-50. We have a lot of torches on hand. Let's also turn on hitboxes here too so we can see a little bit better as we're working. We are actually starting to run kind of low on torches. We haven't had to refuel in a pretty long time, so that's definitely new for me. But we have like a good coal source with our Wither Skeleton farm. I mean, we just brought back 4 stacks of coal blocks. And then, not to mention, we have the bamboo farm now, so we're pretty much chilling, honestly, on torches. We don't really have to worry too much about them. What you have to worry about is getting through all this crap to do enough spawn proofing, because damn if there ain't a lot of spikes that we have to jump through. At least it's a fairly thin and like narrow cave, so it's not particularly hard to light up because you just go end to end as you're going through and you just light shit up. We'll take us some of that. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to light all this up. That's not what we're here for today. We will be here for 3 hours minimum if we decide to do that. So I'm deciding not to do it. That's really that simple. Besides, this is physically far away from my base. Like, this actually isn't even within range of my central tower. So this shouldn't affect any of my mob spawner stuff. And that's the only reason why we light caves up, you know? We want to make sure that our hostile mob spawners are as good as possible when it comes to spawn proofing. And when they're outside of that range, they're not my problem, so I don't care. It's a very good system. Ow. Keep falling on spikes, damn it. Alright, well, back we go. Assumedly, we should be safe, but just for my own peace of mind, we'll just take out all these sensors. There we go. That's better. And otherwise, I mean, this is all well and taken care of, so except for some of these parts. It's still part of the deep dark though, so it's not really too bad. Alright, I'm getting a little bit turned around here, so let's kind of get our bearings back. Let's see, we got some nightlight out here. That'll be where we want to go. And with our bearings back, is this the cave that connected to the trial chamber? Could be. That would be something. I think it is. I think I dug into this a long enough time ago now where I don't really remember, but there was a cave that I had dug into that got me to a trial chamber, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, alright, we're in the middle of spawn proofing again. And we've gone too far again, I think, so. I think we're going too far in a direction we don't need to go to, so. Again, let's double back and go back to base. And keep digging the hole, because remember, that's what we're actually here for. I thought there was more down there. There isn't. A little dark up there, but again, it's far enough away from my stuff that I'm not going to worry about it. So let's just get the hell out of here and get back to doing what we actually want to do, which is dig. Of course, now when it doesn't particularly help us, we get access to the haste beacon. Not going to do us too much good here. Oh, it's raining now. How cool. Alright, well, we got about 50 more blocks to dig, so. We are getting there. Alright, let's see here. We're going to put that number 4. Leave hitboxes on so we can at least see a little something here at nighttime. Actually, why don't we just sleep then, duh. That'll help with the late stuff. Damn, it's already 11 this morning. Not cool. Then about 20 blocks of it. Oh, diamonds. I've been meaning to kind of go out and mine for some more diamonds, so hopefully we can get lucky like that. Didn't get too many out of it, but hey, you know, 8's better than nothing. Oh, skulk sensor is great. Coming up on the end of it here. This is as far down as we can go. This is as far as we go. Alright. Let me see the dimensions of the sextuple beacon. Be a 10 by 11. Let's see here. Pyramids, yep. So it's going to be 10 by 11, 8 by 9, 6 by 7, 4 by 5, and then your beacons. Okay. So we have that there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Luckily, there aren't any shriekers. Considering there aren't, I'm gonna assume that we're not near an ancient city, but I frankly don't know, so hopefully we're not. We are also out of shulker box space. Well, we haven't pissed off a shrieker yet, so hopefully it'll stay that way. At the cave noise, okay. That's fine. Let's do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. We got a 10 by 11 there. That's great. And we just gotta dig this up as far as we can reach. Oh, that's cool. gravel is going to be really annoying. Par for the course. Fuck it, we're getting into there. It's pissing me off. Now I'm worried about it. Make sure to get this. Okay, it looks like it's just a little sub cave. Okay. I thought this was gonna be near an ancient city, but no, it's just a little cave. That's fine. We can live with that. It's taken nearly an hour just to do one of these, which is kind of absurd, so not cool. Alright, well, let's grab another empty shulker. Whatever we got. There we go. I can come back with me. And we're going to take that back. Wait, too far. Yeah, we'll block that off because we can. Alright, we're finally almost done with this first one here. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually go back up and go get some iron blocks and we'll go build this first beacon out. Because that would be kind of nice. Okay. We got this room finally all dug out, so that's good. Let's go ahead and tuck all this away. Take that back. There we go. And what we're going to do real quick, though, is we're going to line ourselves up with our center here. And we're going to just put down some temporary water. In case we fall, we fuck up and die. Rather to make sure we don't fuck up and die in case anything bad happens. But we should have our elytra, so there really shouldn't be any risk. We'll say it does take a lot of fireworks to get up and through that. Hey, now that's some good iron there. Alright. You can work with that. Wait, what am I doing? Okay. I really hope that'll be enough iron for what we need. I'm gonna guess it is, honestly. Just because of how much is here, but it might not be, so who knows. We'll find out soon enough. Oh, wrong one. No, we're lagging because of our storage room. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, down we go. Right. First one should be back over here. No, it was over here. Yeah, here we go. Here it is. Nope. 923. Oh, because it was like just a little bit farther away. We'll just glide gently on down. It should pop out of the cave here. Keep gliding on down. Now we can turn to our chest plate. There we go. That's nice. Alrighty. We'll run around and put our torches in place. There we go. Wow, that used up a lot. Good lord. Well, we still got it done, didn't we? So, can it go down to there? Yeah, this is going to take a lot of iron, but it's going to be super worth it though. There we go. Was using silk touch there. Crap. Oh well. Alright. So, let's think about how we want to get this spawn proofed. Or not spawn proofed, but how we want to get water held in here. Because with something like this, we 1,000,000% are going to want water. Because if we don't, and we get murdered by falling down here, because we didn't have any safety precautions, it's not going to be very cool. We'll do a little something like that. And then we'll pick a side. let's read the book here. Gonna go to negative 823, so we actually want to dig a tunnel out here. Positive Z. So we could just do something like this. I need to quit using my Silk Touch pickaxe. There we go. Do a little something like that. And we'll seal this off. You can afford to not use a stone cutter right now. I don't really care. There we go. Perfect. Okay. That'll get us into here. There we go. Grab one of our spare iron blocks. Alright, so we're gonna go in order. So we did speed, we did haste, we did resistance, we did jump boost, we did strength, and we did regeneration. Ah, well, we have to tack something else onto it. Okay, so that's all of them. So we got every single beacon effect in this corner now. That's great. Alright, so we got one beacon done. Oh, beacon 1 is done. Let's go on to beacon 2. Nah, we don't need scaffolding. We'll be fine. Alright. There we go. Here's the bamboo farm, right? That was weird. Never seen it go out that far before. Alright, well, we go this way. Okay. 249823. And we said what? We wanted it away. Oh, now luckily we're still in range of our existing small beacon. Excuse me. So we can get the hell out of here. Oh, no, never mind. We are not in range of it. Alright, well, we have 200 blocks down we have to mine. 200 times 6 is 1200, so we have 1200 blocks we have to mine. By hand, without haste. Bit of a shame, but it's gotta get done. Hey, on the bright side, once we're done with this, then we can dig the tunnel connecting these two beacons up. And then once they're connected up, then we can make a tunnel that connects straight back to our actual base, so that'll be cool. And it's already been an hour. Dang. It's not noon yet, though. It's only 11:45 in the morning. Not too bad. But we still got more to do. Oh, looks like we're full. Let's put that 5. There we go. We'll go ahead and sleep. Yes, at night, so we can actually see what we're doing a little bit better. Yeah, we keep going. At 140 blocks out, 150, something like that. We're way up there, so we gotta just keep digging and get this done. I think at least the third one that we work on will be easier, because that should be the one that's closest to my existing haste beacon, so I should be able to just use that and tunnel it down really well. So that'll be useful at least. But we won't get so lucky here. Could have always tried moss mining too, but that's fine. We kind of need the cobblestone more anyway, so that's kind of the only other deal. Alright, there we go. We are running out of space again. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and grab We'll grab 2 more empty shulker boxes, and then we're gonna tuck away our existing ones that are already full, so we can just get them out of here. Go. Very cool cave noise. Kinda doesn't work when, you got skylight access, but hey, that's fine. I haven't heard any other caves, though, nearby, or at least with mobs in them, so it looks like we're still doing good on that front. Hopefully it stays that way. I'm also worried that one of these, at some point, is going to be the one that is connected up to the ancient city that we have under our base, and that's going to be a bit more of a challenge to control, especially if we haven't made it that far in the ancient city yet. I haven't raided it in a couple 100 days or something, so it's been a long time, but I know it wasn't fully completed yet. I haven't fully mapped it out, so we will have to be a little careful. How cool. Holy crap, this is a big place. Alright. Okay, well, luckily it's in a deep dark, so we don't actually really need to light anything up here. But damn, there's just a geo just sitting out there. That's pretty weird. Nothing spawned either, so I'm gonna take it like we're fine. We got like a bat. That's cool, I guess. That cut out some of the work for us pretty nicely. And again, no hostile mob spawns that I can see. We saw that bat flying around, but that's whatever. Otherwise, yeah, I guess we're fine. So we'll just go ahead and keep digging. Now, if we do come across an ancient city, I think the roof of it starts at like -30. So we'll know within the next 20 blocks or so if we actually have one that we have to worry about. Because we dig head first into it. But we should be okay either way. Guess we're fine. Yeah, we would have definitely hit it by now, so we should be okay. We got another 20 blocks to go. I should have probably written down room dimensions. So we're gonna fly back to the other beacon room and like go measure those. Or actually, no, we won't fly back, we'll dig back. But yeah, we're gonna have to go measure all that stuff out. I want to say the floor is at -58. Like where my feet physically are. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know it was before any any bedrock could physically appear at. So there is a good chance it's here at 58. And if that's going to be the case, then I can do, all right, we did 3 and 10, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we can start digging this out at least, because I know this is going to be the actual footprint of the beacon. Alright, so we got our initial bit dug out here. And now if we line ourselves up, we can dig out negative z. And we just have to dig out like 100 blocks or whatever, and we will get over there. So yeah. Leave that there. I don't know why I did that. We gotta take that back with us, obviously. Yeah, we're on day 623. Day 500 wasn't even that long ago. It can't have been more than like a couple weeks ago. I've been playing a lot recently, you know. I mean, I've been streaming like twice a day for like 2 to 4 hours each time. And I've just been kind of on a hot streak for whatever reason, so I'm just trying to roll with it until things slow down a little bit more. We should be coming into beacon radius here fairly soon. If it's within 50 blocks, then we'll know for sure. Oh, no way! This is one of our strip mining tunnels. I guess that makes enough sense. Yep, we're within range of our actual main beacon. Yep, here we go. Then about 20 blocks here, so we should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. Oh, that made it through nice and clean. So we've officially linked these up, which is great. And then now, we just need to take note of the room dimensions. Or rather, we really just need to know where the targeted block ends, and it's going to be at -52. So when we physically see -52 up there, we're fine when we have our F3 targeted block out. So that should be okay. And additionally, I think this is the way. Perfect. Yep, it is. So we're going to make this 3 wide. Be up on it here in a couple of blocks. Here we go. Okay. And we can seal these off as well. There we go. Cool. All right. So this will be the way we want to go. Then we want to go until our targeted block is -52. Like that. So we're going to dig this whole thing out. Alright, we're almost done with our second sextuple beacon, so we just gotta get this room dug out, place it down, get our water bits all done and dusted, and then we will have half of our base covered. Still got to do this 2 more times, but at least one of them should be with haste, so that one should be a lot quicker. But, you know, it gets done when it gets done. go. Tuck that in here. It's full. All this stuff here. And tuck that away like so. We should try and sort these just to make life a little bit easier for right now. So we're going to keep all of the cobbled deep slate together. Not the slab though, that can like, put the slab in there, that's fine. Try to keep all the minerals and stuff in here. And then non-cobbled deep slate stuff can go in here. That should be fine. Yeah, we can work with that. And then we'll get another one going for cobbled deep slate since there's so much of it. So this one is all cobbled deep slate. This cobblestone one we can keep. This one we can keep. This one we can keep. This one we can keep. Oh, and the glowing sacks we can just put in a bundle. I don't really care about them for right now. We'll tuck that away. There we go. Cool. All right. With that, we can start building this out. Here we go. Right, it's all regular deep slate. Let's toss that crap out. Well, it was enough for 2. Not much more than that. That won't be enough for 3, though, either. That's kind of the other issue. Alright, let's go ahead do a couple of things. Let's get some of that going. Okay. Cobble deep slate. Let's get some of that out. And a crafting table. Let's get some slabs and some stairs. Some more slabs because we didn't make enough. There we go. Do a little something like that. Alright. There we go. We'll get that in place. And then we're going to go in order again. So we're going to do speed 2. We're going to do haste 2. We're going to do resistance 2. Jump boost 2. Strength 2. And then haste regen. And there we go. Okay. Whoops. It ain't supposed to go there. Alright, it's the same deal. We got some water down here in case things go wrong. Then otherwise, it's literally just a straight run between both of them, along with a very clear tunnel. We'll toss that there. And then we got our elevator that takes us all the way up. Now, if we hit our E key, see we're still in range of the beacon here, so that still worked out very nicely. And we will go ahead and start prepping for number 3. First, let's go check on our iron. Hopefully we got some extra iron. We got a little bit more. I don't know if this will be enough for a 3rd beacon on its own. I don't think it will. This stuff is like super like iron intensive, so yeah. That's the only bad thing. I mean, we got like 2 extra stacks of iron blocks. So maybe that can help, but somehow I doubt it. Alright, well, we got it either way. Alright, let's see here. Beacon number 3, 23990, negative 923. We're going to go positive X, negative Z. We're within range of it. Okay. So it's going to be right there, there. It's all this stuff here. $23990, -923. Yep, so this is exactly where we want to be. Perfect. All right, we'll throw some of this crap out, and we start digging it again. Fortunately, this one was not the Instamine one. It was actually beacon number 4 is going to be Instamine. But I guess that's okay. Alright, we got over 200 blocks to dig, so... Or 200 blocks down, rather. It's going to be closer to about 1,400 blocks or so by the time we're done. 14 to 1,500. But we'll make it in the end, so it's okay. Remember, the ceiling for our targeted block has to be at -52. And additionally, we will not have enough iron to do this all today. So I would at least like to get all the rooms dug out then, if that's going to be the case. And then we can maybe set up chunk loaders, finally. I don't know. I really don't know where I want to set the chunk loaders up at. That's my issue. Really don't know. Because once I build them, I don't necessarily want to have to take them down to rebuild them, you know? I want them to just be in one spot forever and then they're good. But I don't want to necessarily commit to having them just on top of the bamboo farm directly. So I'm kind of in a weird spot because of that. We are going to pick that back up here real quick. If we want to keep our existing organizational structure, we are going to have to get another empty shulker box. That. Move that, and move that around. There we go. So we keep digging. You can hear the happy gas from like way too far away. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's just closer than I thought. I don't know. I think we'll solve the chunk loader problem by building that cloud ring I've talked about before. So I want to build a ring of clouds, or 3/4 of a ring of clouds. So think about how our mountain range only has like one open face, right? The rest of it's like a ring going all the way around it. I want to do that for a cloud ring a little bit below foot level at the very tippy top of my tower. So I physically stand up on my bed at Y269, and that means I'd probably want the clouds themselves to be built at, I would say, 260, because that gives me enough like headroom to kind of brush up against it without looking too awkward or anything like that, and that makes sure that I can like jump there a little bit nicer. But when we build that out, then that's where we can build our chunk loaders, because we can bury them in the clouds so they don't stick out at all. And then additionally, we can have like docking bays for like happy gas and stuff like that too, so we can move a bunch of stuff up and down between the clouds. And since it's actually not too bad of a thing to do, it's going to be a lot of snow blocks because we'll use some snow golems and farm a bunch of snowballs to make snow blocks. That should be fine. And if we don't want to do that, then we can just go to a random like mountain in the middle of nowhere and like go take all of its snow. Um, but basically, we will just yank a crap ton of snow and make like these massive poofy clouds. We'll drill through them with, and they'll be hollow, like they'll poof up a good bit. So they'll probably be about, maybe it actually should be above my foot level. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, so it'll probably be built with the floor at Y280, and then it'll poof up between 290 to 295, so they're going to be like 10 to 15 foot tall clouds or 15 block tall clouds. And then they'll be hollow on the inside and lit up, so that way we can actually use the space inside of it for the chunk loaders and things like that, and for docking happy gas and things of that nature. And then we could use some carpets and wool to hide torch lighting as well, because that'll be useful. We already filled up because of this damn copper. Good old copper. But yeah, when we have those clouds in place, that will make life a lot easier because we'll actually be able to effectively hide chunk loaders across a pretty big area. And it'll still be see-through for the glass stuff that we want to do, because we can use white stained glass and have natural skylight pass through them. So that'll be really cool. So yeah, that'll be one of those things we can work on here in the near future. I don't necessarily know how near that's going to be, but I do know that I really want those chunk loaders for the iron and bamboo farm, so it might be fairly sooner than we think. I mean, if I can at least make the outline of it, and like, if I can at least make the outline in like the bottom layer, that gives me a platform to put the chunk loaders on, so I can at least start with that. And then over time, I can like build them up and out a little bit more. And then, you know, close it off with like a nice roof, and then we're good. So we can get some cool stuff going. But it's going to take time. We're within 100 blocks here of our next like beacon area, so that'll be cool. There we go. We are finally hitting deep slate level here, so we only got another 60 blocks to go. Put that away in there. Some ores. There we go. And a cobble deep slate box. We can keep that out. Less than 50 to go. There we go. We'll put that in our hotbar and start moving all that over. Coming up on the end of it here. This is the last little bit. Alright, and we officially made it to the bottom. So we'll go ahead and sleep real quick. And then we'll start doing our measuring. And we should be able to get this done. Alright. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Hey Bean, long time no see. How you been doing? I'm digging a beacon hole. It's beacon sized. I've been doing pretty good. Just been doing a lot of grinding here the past couple of days, but I've been doing pretty well. Getting some beacons in place after all this time. We got a quarter of this whole dugout. About a quarter. I really like a lot of the baby mobs. I don't really have any gripes with them. I know some people are like the old ones are better, but like they're wrong. I mean, you know, you're entitled to your own opinion with them, but I really think they're just a good upgrade in like every single way you can really think of. So I don't know why people would be mad about them, but they're really good. I like them a bunch. Especially the chicken. Chicken's very well done. But the chicken and the sheep I like quite a lot more. The cows are solid. The rabbits are a lot more cursed, but I think it grows on you. I think objectively they're better. It's just gonna take some time to adjust to them. But oh, the cats, yeah, the kittens and the puppies too. They're pretty good. Yeah, they really actually did do a good job with like all of them. I don't really have any that like stick out as like bad to me at all. I know some people have mentioned the whole like putting the eyes on the sides of the rabbit thing since they're prey animals and they shouldn't be on the front, except for the killer bunny. But like, you know, you do that and it looks a lot more awkward. You can get away with that on the armadillo because it's got a much smaller head, but not, you know, not like a rabbit with how fat the faces are, you know. But either direction they take it in, I think they're in a really, really solid spot now, so it should just be like minor tweaks and stuff as far as I would, you know, like to believe. But I hope that there's more big updates on the way, something to actually sink your teeth into, because again, these small drops have been fine, but they just kind of blur together and there's nothing really major to get excited for anymore, and it's kind of disappointing. So I hope they end up, you know, I hope, as I talked about before, that they end up doing a team for the drops and then a separate team for the larger updates, because the drop team keeps the community off their back in terms of like adding new content at like a reasonable pace, while also giving the like actual big update team even more time to cook up larger and larger updates. It's like the Nether update, they couldn't do that at a sustainable pace in Sand Dual Caves and Cliffs, but now that they have the drop team handling like the front end of all that stuff, you know, the back end, the update team gets a lot more time. At least that's what I would like to believe. Again, I don't know. They still haven't formally said anything about doing big updates, but they've definitely strongly hinted at it, so I hope it's a big update too, but at the same time, it's also going to be weird to adjust to that because they so heavily said that like the dot ones, twos, threes, and fours with the year and all that are going to be for the drops. And it's going to be kind of weird to slot like a major update in the middle of that without some extra way to denote that it's a major update, you know? Like, oh yeah, 26.1's a minor update, you know, it adds baby mobs and all that kind of cool stuff. 26.2 is the end update, and it adds also a fourth dimension, you know, just normal. 26.3, we added Happy Gas too, he was pretty cool. Cool little guy. And like, you know, if there's not that extra, like, bit to it, I don't know, it feels awkward. There's nothing inherently wrong with doing it that way either. Can't stress that enough. It's just different, you know? Because it'll just blend in together and it'll be hard to know when like a big ass update happens versus a smaller drop, so unless they're more inclined to do that and like the 0.4 number or something like that sometimes, so who knows. Well, no, it's I thought it was 26.x like was the drop, and then x.x was like the minor updates for like bug fixes and things like that. Because like 26.1 would be like the new drop, and then 26.1.1 is going to be like a bug fix for the .1 drop. They have like a whole wiki page about it, but I don't actually remember too much of it other than when it came out, so. And I don't know how to read, that's my other issue too, but that's okay. Nah, it's all good, it happens. Alright, cool, we got this hole dug out, so I'm gonna go patch up the ceiling here. There we go. Alright, and with this, we should be able to start layering in our iron. We don't have a lot of iron anymore. We are running on empty here. So we can try to put in whatever we can, but we're going to run out pretty soon. But yeah, gotta make a bunch of big holes for all the stuff we're doing, since we're making 4 sextuple beacons, so yeah. Measure is good. There we go. There we go, 10. And there we go. Actually, I need 4 levels. We don't believe in 6, 7 here. Not real. That's the first layer in. Oh yeah, we'll have enough to finish this one at least. We won't for the fourth though. I don't either. I don't think anyone does. The only thing I've heard about what it could mean is that there was some rapper who had said it in a song. That's it. That's the only, like, remotely close thing I can think of personally, but I would not know. Let's see here. We need ourselves our cobble deep slate. We'll get that going. And we want to dig it out this way. Oh, because it's iron, it's metallic. I think it sounds cool. But yeah, no, it just is, it just sounds like that. Alright, let's see here. We'll get this ready. There we go. There we go, do a little something like that. I got our beacons. There we go. Alright. We need more deep slate. We need that. And that. I don't actually know when they changed it. I feel like it's been a couple of years though by now. It's been a long enough time that it should have been in the game for, well, a while. But I don't actually know exactly when it happened. Well, let's go ahead and cut this out. Here we go. There we go. Need to cut this back a little bit more. There we go. I feel like it's been years. I don't actually know. At least feels like it's been years by this point. There's my axe. There we go. We can take that back. Put all that away. We'll bunch those up. Take those out. Put that around. Okay, there we go. This will get our third beacon array. So same deal. We're going in order here. Speed. Haste 2. Resistance 2. Mount boost 2. Strength 2. And haste regeneration. Okay. There we go. We got another beacon done. Now, if we mine out from here 50 blocks, this should line us up with... Oh, hey, diamonds. I'll take these. There we go. Oh, there's more diamonds down there. I didn't see that. There we go. We'll seal that off. There we go. And then all we gotta do is dig out like 50 blocks or so. That'll lead us back up to our central pit. Sounds like we're near a tough patch. A little hard to see right now. It should be 873 or so, should lead us back up to the strip mining tunnels that I've had set up for a while. Is where we want to be. I'm on day 626 up there on the top left. Getting pretty close to day 1000. I got a lot done too so far. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm also at the point where I'm finally like fairly happy with a lot of the farms that I have. So I feel like I can actually start building some stuff. I still need to build more farms though, of course, don't get me wrong, but I don't have to only build farms to get everything done. Like I'm going to start working on a thing of clouds to hide some chunk loaders in so I can load some of the extra farms around my base a little bit better. And then, you know, we got a wither skeleton farm until we get all these beacons, and that thing's been going pretty well. So, oh, nice. Day 100's pretty good. I think the last one I had before this one where I died in it, I made it to day 400 or 500 something. It was getting kind of up there, but I unfortunately made a dumb decision that got me killed, which that's on me, but it happens. Let's go ahead and seal this off. I'll seal this off to here, rather. Yeah, and then this does lead out the correct way, so this should be good. So this goes back to our central elevator. You can also see our existing beacon there, too. Oh, and hey, we can actually pilfer the iron from that once we dig out the last hole, and maybe that'll be enough to get it all done. That should be good. But yeah, hardcore has been fairly easy. Well, not crazy easy. I mean, a lot of it is just like making good decisions, but I ended up doing this one without shields or totems, and that's definitely made things a lot tougher, especially in certain fights. Couldn't really tell you what those fights are off the top of my head if I'm going to be completely honest, but I know it has made like early game a lot tougher, but once you get to this point in like late game, nothing really kills you even without shields or totems, so it just means I have to be extra careful with an Elytra is all, which, fair, I mean, it is what it is. Yep, there we go. Go ahead and pop that out, and this gets us back to here, so yeah, cool. That gets us our third one done. There we go. Okay. See if we can tuck any tough in there. Yep, we can. There we go. Alright, now all we have to do is go out and do the last one. Is there diamonds in the ceiling? Nope, that's just a hole in there. That's fine. Oh, this still has a bunch of stuff in it, too. I won't be fully covered on this side, I think. Oh, I guess I am, actually. Should be mostly covered by now, so it should be all good. But we're going to pop up to our iron farm, because hopefully, fingers crossed, this has been running. Yes, it has. Perfect. So we got another, like, basically stack of iron blocks here we can work with. So this alone isn't going to be enough, but in combination with the other stuff that we've been hoarding in our base, then we should be okay. And we're getting some more iron there too, so that's always nice. We'll go ahead and sleep real quick. I like how you can see the beacon beams when you're sleeping like that. And yeah, they're out and about doing their thing now. That's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get our elytra in our book. We're looking at beacon number 4. It's going to be at 23, 990, 823. So we want to go positive Z, positive X. Powdered snow. Targeted block, first of all. 23, 990, negative 823. $990, $823. This is the spot. Right there. Alright. So now with this is the one that we actually have haste on by default, which is perfect, since it goes off of our old beacon up there. So we should be able to carve this last one out way quicker. Oh, hey, an old cave. Oh, looks like this is a spider spawner. Oh, that's why I remember this. Because this is connected up to my main circle that I have. That's cool. Oh, you got it, I guess. That's neat. Got another full cobblestone box, though, which is less cool. Let's see here. It's all interconnected, you know? Let's see here. There's our gravel. Tuck that away in there. I guess we could actually split this one up a little bit more. But not really, because, I mean, that's all there. There we go. I'm currently on, I think it's 1.21.11 is the most recent version. I'm still playing on vanilla, so I don't get any extra like fancy mods or nothing like that. Maybe one day I will, but not for a while. Let's see here, we got that. And we'll go ahead and mine out this. Let's see here, we got that. There we go. I don't know if I ever would want to play like older versions. I really do like staying up to date with all the modern ones, so I mean, it's all been iterative. Like, there's nothing that they've taken out that I'm like, damn, I really wish that was back, other than, I guess, like, God Armor, but that's not really something I need, so I don't really mind that. Being able to craft and change, like, golden apples would be nice, but, again, it's kind of whatever. Oh, that's not good. We need to go get a handle on that. F3 and B. Go right into a cave here. I guess that's fair, they do have data packs for that. I don't know, I just like playing in vanilla like a lot more. Thought about doing extra stuff, like at least having something like sodium or whatever like the newest performance enhancing one is, but I've been fine enough with what I have where I don't really feel too bad about that, so I'm still on a 3060, which I have thought about upgrading fairly recently, but I don't really have the money for it at the moment, so maybe one day. But if I upgrade my graphics card, I'm probably going to upgrade my whole computer, and I would rather save a lot for that, honestly, so I'm not doing that for a long time. Keep lighting up these caves, don't want them to interfere with the spawn after all. Spawn rates. Oh, it's not. Yeah, alright, fair enough. I'm not doing all that. I'm good. Shame there's so many caves here, but I guess it's fine. It's far enough out of the way for me to not have to care that much. And if I really do, I know where to go at least, so it's okay. We'll just do something like that and seal this back up. I guess we can do this one since this is right here. That's not nice. I didn't even know I looked at you. Not cool that there was two of you, but I get it, I guess. thought that was a spider. Apparently it wasn't. Well, that happened. Still not going to light up the rest of this, though, because that's way too far in there. Staying hydrated is important. You gotta drink water. I gotta drink more water, personally, but... Let's see here. We got some more cobblestone. We can go ahead and put this away. There we go. We got an empty box here. We can put some of this away. And I guess we can do a little reorganizing. We'll tuck that in there. There we go. Load up on torches. And now we can keep going down, so... Yeah, see, that's a little less cool. I don't know about that one. Luckily, I haven't had to deal with anything close to that for a long time now. I've been living on my own for, I think, 5 years or something. It's been long enough. Still visit my mom every once in a while, though. It's just time and money, like usual. But I think I'm planning on seeing her probably in another month or so, I'd say. The 2-hour drive to get there and back, so it takes a while. Alright, well, sounds like we got more spawn proofing to do. I don't hear it anymore, so I'm gonna ignore it. Alright, now I hear it again. Here we go. Uh-oh. Okay. Did not like that. Did not like that at all. Damn. It's bound to happen at some point, I guess, but jeez, man. That's fair. Well, that's the deal, right? I mean, that's the trade-off with something like that, is you either get to stay with your mom as long as possible, but you're giving up a lot of privacy and like personal freedom for it, or you can live on your own, but then you're giving up a lot of time and money to work to actually be able to afford it. And it really just depends on which one sucks the least, basically. At least in your situation, you know. That can be the tough part. But for me, it was like 100% staying with my mom was like the tough part, because our schedules and our lifestyles are just too different from each other. I don't know why I told that. But our schedules and lifestyles are just too different from each other, so we just didn't really get along on a lot of things. Okay, I gotta quit tilling stuff, apparently. But we didn't get along on a whole lot of things, and then it just kind of got to a point as well where she was out doing completely different things than what I do, and it just ends up being pretty annoying to manage and balance all that stuff together. So, like, I'm up at like 3 in the morning and she's in bed by 8 kind of deal. Like, on her days off or whatever, she's talking on the phone loud, and I just can't deal with that when I'm trying to sleep or rest or whatever. So, yeah. Privacy is a big deal for me because we lived in a trailer, so like the two of us lived in a trailer, so there was basically no privacy for either of us. It was just too damn cramped, so somebody had to leave. So I ended up moving out and getting my own trailer and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's rough. I want to spawn proof this deep. What am I doing? We're getting off track here. Do like a couple more of these, because at least this one ends, hopefully. There we go. Okay, so at least we got that one spawn proof. I want to make sure I don't lose my way down here either, because digging up's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. You really live that? Dang. That's lame. have no idea where all this shit is going. It's going way too far. Oh, damn. 8 years is a long time for that. I mean, I've been winning for, I guess, about 3 years now, because I took a year and a half off to be in college in a different, like, city. But I've been living in my current one for a year and a half, and then the one before that for probably 2 years. So it's one of those things where, like, one person living in a camper is pretty fine, but as soon as you get like two people, it gets a lot tougher immediately, especially if you're like not in the house. If you're in the house all the time, that's where it gets a lot tougher to actually deal with. Because it's small, you know. Even the one that I have is like it's like a larger one. It's like a 40-foot, like a fifth wheel trailer. And it still can be pretty small compared to most like apartments and stuff like that. Like, it's only bigger than studio apartments, which is still plenty big for one person, but it still can be a little cramped sometimes, so I have to, like, not buy, like, a lot of material stuff, basically. So I don't own a lot of physical stuff right now, and I can actually expand my closet. I really should, but that means I'd have to buy clothes, which I don't want to buy a lot of clothes right now, because I'm still a little broke, so working on the money issue, but I should have that figured out by, like, the end of this year, so things will get even better. I'm getting into real estate because my mom's in real estate now, finally, and I'm going to help her sell a bunch of houses, and in return, we're going to split all the commission, so that'll be good. And getting a new job's really tough, though, but the best time to look for one is when you have one, so if you have one now, or at least you're in a position where, like, you don't have to have a job, and you have a lot more time, it's a really good time to go find one, so it'll work out pretty well. I don't remember how to get out of here. Damn, it's been 2 hours. Oh, it was up there. Let's light this little bit up. Just a smidge. And I guess we can try to light some of this up. Just while we're here. There we go. We don't need to go that far, though, I think. Ah, fuck it. We're already here. We might as well. Why not? Rude. I heard that. That's not very nice of you. There we go. Nah, it's just getting bad hours, yeah. I'm lucky enough that I'm employed like full time, like on a salary, so I get consistent hours and all that. But I just wish the pay was more, which is always going to be the big thing anywhere you go, is that I wish the pay was more. Which it will be one day. That day is not today. And it's enough to comfortably get me by, you know. I mean, I can save up a decent little bit of money and I can actually go on a vacation and things like that, so I can do nice things with what I'm earning. But it's just because of all the other stuff around it, like having to pay off the trailer that I'm living in and my car and a bunch of credit card debt, it doesn't feel like it's enough, even though it is. So once those things are settled, then whatever I'm making now is like more than fine for basically everything. Oh, we're in a different cave system here. Oh, it goes into a deep dark. Well, I don't have to worry about that then. Yeah, that's always rough, especially when they like lie to you about the hours and they're like, yeah, you know, it'll be full time or whatever, and then they'll either put you right below full time so they don't have to give you benefits, or they will try and weasel their way out of it somehow, and it's not very cool. I'm lucky that like with my degree I can do like a lot more like white collar and like office jobs, so everything there is gonna be full time pretty much all the time. And it gives me some opportunities to do extra things on the side to make a little bit more money. Really? He was right in front of me and I missed that? Come on, man. That's lame. There's a torch up there. That didn't sound right. Yeah, it's fine. We can leave it at that. That should be okay. Food industry, fair enough. I'm in finance. It's boring work, but honestly, it pays well enough, and I don't have to really think too hard about it, especially if it's specifically with Excel. Because that's the one thing I'm really good at, and I really like doing a bunch at work, and luckily it's something that a lot of businesses need, so I can get away with it pretty well. This just ties up to an old cave system that I've already been in. We need to double back. I think we've done enough spawn proof in here. I should be able to go up there. That should be where I came from. We can get up there now. Not that I'm trying to switch industries, but I'm also trying to go back for my master's degrees in computer science and data science, because I want to lean more into tech as well with finance and like business as a background, like doing that kind of fintech stuff, because that pays a lot of money. And if Excel has worked out really well for me on the business side, and I can get that part down, because if I can get the business and finance part down really well, then getting the tech part is going to be that much better. And I should be able to make a crap ton more money, which would be really cool. I lost myself. I don't know where I'm at and where I'm going. Shoot. I didn't exactly pay a lot of attention doing it. Yeah, customer service jobs are kind of one of those ones too that there's a lot of them usually, or they say that there's a lot of them, but it's suspiciously hard to get into any of them. It's been hard getting into anything for a long time now, and it's getting kind of annoying. Like, it's really disheartening. There we go. Okay, that literally just bounced off of him. What the hell is that? Also, we weren't even over here this way before, so I don't know why I'm over here now, but we're here anyway, so may as well light it up. We might have to dig up to get out of here. So I have no idea where I'm at. In fact, this is literally so far, we don't even have our other beacon. So we're pretty damn far now. Oh, let's see how far we can get out. I feel like as long as we just climb up, we'll be okay. So, as long as we get up somewhere. But we did enough spawn proofing that should help the mob farm that much more, so we'll be okay. Oh, it's pretty good. Mine took like way longer to make because I had to like form fit them a little bit nicer and I had to do a whole bunch of other weird stuff with them. And I built 4 of them, so that's kind of my only other issue. But yeah, they're pretty quick to build nowadays. They're really not too bad. But I like trying to spend a bunch of time and money into them. Don't know about this. Oh. This is sealed off because this leads to something else that I already went to. Hey, that's lucky. That's very lucky. And we can tank this just fine. Probably shouldn't have. That's a little dangerous, but that's okay. I think we found that. Oh, nice. I still like having at least like some part of it be like a spider farm. I like getting a bunch of string. It ends up being the only way I can farm wool like effectively right now until I build a sheep farm, so which I'm working on. Well, I say I'm working on, but it's on the list of things to work on. That list is getting pretty large, so I got a lot of the big farms done though, and there's like 10 of them that are micro farms that are super easy to put together. That'll be nice. Yeah, so the witches will drop spider eyes, but the spiders only drop string, because, like, when you kill a spider, you physically have to be the person to kill a spider for it to drop spider eyes. So if anything else kills it, it won't drop it, but if you kill it, it will. But if it dies from fall damage, it's only going to give you string. It's still nice, though, because at least you can still get spider eyes, because I like them for, like, potion brewing and stuff like that. They're good to have. I don't usually need too many spider eyes, so just only having witches drop it honestly works out really well. And if I ever do need more, you know, you can just go find like a cave spider spawner or something like that to go turn into a farm, because those are pretty easy to handle. More again? Damn, man. Really? That's not cool at all. I thought I was done spawn proofing. This was supposed to be the quick one. Alright, well, we are gonna go look for these caves again. Oh, found it. Near deep dark, so at least we won't have to do too much lighting. Oh, this guy got a flame bow. Toxic. Yeah, that's fair. I might convert one of my farms into a creeper farm, like solely, because I want more gunpowder. But I think honestly it's been producing enough that I don't have to really worry. Although it would produce more if I actually let the damn thing run, because I've actually had it off for a couple of weeks now. Until I've like actually bottled everything up in shulker boxes, that is. Oh, there's just a random zombie down there. Let him be. Got a skeleton over there. Here we go. Yeah, I think that was my longer term one where I was trying to like actually find them. Or my other long term one that was going on for like 2,000 days. So I was trying to find like that one armor trim because I was trying to collect all of them at the time, and it's like a 2% chance in any chest, and it's just a massive pain in the ass, so I never ended up finding it, unfortunately. Which, I guess it didn't really matter. That world's still around too, but I'm just not really interested in playing that one anymore. I feel like I get a lot more enjoyment out of this one now, and now that I've taken the time to be slower and do things to be a little bit prettier, it's just been more fun. Oh, we got another cave somewhere. Come on, man, he's gotta be like right here. Oh, there he is. Oh, that must be that same copper zombie I saw earlier. Yeah, because this is the same deep dark. Oh, that's lucky. Guess we got that in the end after all. We don't have to light this up because nothing will spawn here. So we should have officially saved all this. Here we go. We'll see all this off. There we go. Alright, finally that should be okay. Really hope so, because I'm tired of spawn proofing stuff right now. Alright, we're finally near Y level 0 again. Yeah, so I'm technically still like in a cold biome, so it's like weird. I'm like on the border of like two biomes because there's snow here, but then it's rain here. It's really odd. It's neat though. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get some of this other stuff put away. Got a bunch of crap to start tucking away now. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, weather is silly. Just like in real life, it'll be raining on one block but dry on the other. I mean, it's gotta end somewhere, right? Some gold. Alright, well we got another 50 blocks to mine, and it sounds like we're going through another deep dark here. Hopefully none of these have shriekers, because if they do, we are going to have some problems. Alright, that should be fine. You're lucky to have snow. I know snow's cold because it's snow, but I'm tired of all the heat in Florida. It just gets to be annoying, and I like snow and I want to do more snow related stuff because that seems more cooler to me, but it is not going to happen in Florida, so I gotta try and get out of here at some point. Yeah, unfortunately I'm stuck in Florida. That's not the fun part. The worst part is it's been getting pretty cold the past couple of nights, where like, and it's cold for Florida. It's not cold for the rest of the country, but it's cold for Florida, and it's been like, I think 36 was like the coldest not too long ago. And I don't have any heating right now in my place because I'm in a trailer and some things had broken in it, so I can't really get a lot of heating. So it's been pretty cold. Oh, that's fair. I'm glad you were able to get out because Florida is, I don't know. I just don't really like it here, and then that's not even including all the political stuff and all the stigma here, and it's just toxic. And it's old people. It's a lot of old people, you know. I don't really have any friends my age down here because like everybody's old, and it doesn't help that like, you know, I'm 22 and like a more corporate job, so I'm gonna be the youngest there like by default every time, and everybody's gonna be like, I've got I think two coworkers who are 25, and then otherwise the rest of my coworkers are probably like late 30s, early 40s, and then a good chunk still are like in their 50s and even 60s. So like it's very tough to find people my own age at work, which is where you're most likely to find them. So yeah, and then being in Florida means that like all your neighbors are probably going to be old too because it's Florida. Oh, and Connecticut's a nice place to move though too. I thought about moving up there. I mean, I have to get more money and I have to get my degrees first. That's kind of the deal. So my current employer will pay for half of all of my tuition starting in like September. So I'm gonna get 2 master's degrees out of that, and then once I have that, I'll probably reevaluate to see what I actually want to do and where I want to move, because I do want to move a lot more. But alas, it was not meant to be, Pookie. But I could at least get to Connecticut one day, or at least literally anywhere that isn't Florida. That's really the big goal. Is that diamond? Oh, it's diamond. Cool. Always take some free diamonds. Even if it's only 3 of them, but hey, we'll take it. And this is a cave we've been in before. That's neat. Well, we made it to the bottom again. Now, unfortunately, I guess I'm kind of surprised it took this long, but unfortunately, it's in the middle of a lava lake. Which obviously isn't the best, but it could be worse. Oh, this is right inside one of my strip mining tunnels. Perfect. This is probably a branch one that I had made at some point. Alright, well, hey, there we go. So this gets us down to our last little bit here, which is great. We can go ahead and pack away this cobble deep slate for right now. And additionally, we should probably pack away some of these full boxes because we can't do anything with these. We'll keep that on us, I guess. Let's see, where's that raw gold one? Here it is. Either South Windsor or Mystic Village. Fair enough. That's fair. I just gotta get out of Florida, but I need money for that. And I gotta, like, I really want to pay off, like, I got 2 big things I really feel like I need to do before I can leave Florida. I gotta get both my degrees, and I have to actually have enough money to pay off all my debt. That's kind of my big thing. So once I can get that, then I feel like I can leave and not have to worry. But it's getting to that point is pretty hard, so... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not good. Rude. I could get rid of that in time. Oh, it's fine. This one will be a little bit trickier, but not impossible, so... I'm all the way down in, like, Southwest Florida. I don't want to say too much more than that, but I've been down in South Florida, basically, for a long time now. I've been here my whole life, so, yeah. Not very fun. The heat is a little too hot. Let's see here. I lost track of where I needed to go. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here we go. Then from here we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this will make the 10 by 11. But we'll seal off some of the outer bits. There we go. Oh, fair enough. I've never really left my part of Florida, unfortunately. I went to Michigan like 5 years ago, but that was it, so... 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So we got that done. Now if we hit F3, we got targeted blocks up to 52. We just have to mine this out. And then we will have the last room dug. It's also been almost 3 hours, so it's been 3 hours of digging and killing the wither to get all the beacons. Damn. That's rough. And this isn't even today's stream, technically. I'm actually going to be streaming again later tonight, closer to like, I think 7, I want to say. So, I don't remember how I have it set up for Monday, but... yeah, I mean, new mobs and wood will be cool, but I also hope that, like, I want something more of, like, substance other than just new mobs and wood, which I guess at the end of the day, that's what most updates boil down to, but a new biome would be cool. You know, the Pale Garden was neat, but it just didn't quite feel right. I mean, it's still cool to be in, but it's not for me. But really, I want bigger things or like big reworks to existing things. Like the lead reworks that they did, I love that. Like if they do more things of that caliber, all for that. Especially like enchanting or anvils, you know. That would be pretty huge. Like if they have like a more magic like oriented update, that would be really cool because that gives them an excuse to work on the enchantment table and the enchantment system and anvils at the same time, which desperately need like an overhaul because they literally haven't changed like ever. Like I don't think anvils have ever changed, and then enchanting only changed once to have like that decrease from like level 50 to level 30 enchants. And then some of the other like chicanery that went along with that. So they just literally have not been touched in forever, and it's time that they are, you know? It's gotta happen soon. At least I would like it to happen soon. Yeah, the Lapis stuff, yeah, that's tied in with the level 30 changes that they made, was that it required Lapis to do. This is bad. Of course, this had to be in a really freaking annoying spot, but I guess it was bound to happen at some point. There we go, that should be better. That evil nacho cheese that kills you and burns you alive, bruh. Rude. We've almost finished digging this room out. Almost there. Yeah. Would it be Minecraft if lava was at least a little annoying? Okay. That should actually get us covered, though. I think we have, like, a really tiny spot there, but otherwise we're fine. There we go. Yep, perfect. Alright. Oops, that's not a torch. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's inevitable with something of that scale. Especially now that Microsoft owns, like, Minecraft. I mean, that just feels like easy money for them. But I wouldn't be too surprised. Also, wouldn't be that surprised if it didn't happen either, because I don't necessarily. Well, actually, no. I guess I would be more surprised if it didn't happen because they are like not very protective of Minecraft. Like they like anybody with a pulse that will give them money, they will like sponsor or make some kind of collab deal or something. So I guess it's not too big of a shock. Let's see how this is. There we go. Now we won't have enough iron for this layer, or not for this layer, but for this whole pyramid. So we'll have to dip back up to our iron farm and go get some more. Hopefully it should have generated enough by now. We're down to our last stack of iron blocks. Yeah, I'm really surprised the FNAF X Fortnite one didn't happen, especially during like the 10-year anniversary stuff that happened last year. Like that would have been the time to do it, but it was just a Dead by Daylight reveal, which, you know what, honestly, that still makes sense too. Like a Dead by Daylight collab is pretty reasonable for them to do, so I get it. But Fortnite one would have just been funny. I mean, hell, they got South Park in there just recently, which is kind of nuts on its own. Damn it, I keep using Silk Touch and not Fortune. Shoot. I did it again. Dang. Alright. We're gonna do something like this. I'm gonna have to do a lot of blocking, aren't I? Yep, calling it now. Alright. That's gonna get real old real quick. It runs parallel to one of my existing tunnels here, so we'll just come back through and do all the blocking. Yeah, South Park's been pretty great. I've got a friend of mine and I have been watching like every single episode of South Park for the past couple months. We watched 27 and 28 when they came out, as they were coming out, and then we're in the middle of 26 right now. So we started all the way back in season 1. I've kind of worked through all that since then. And we've really only got a couple of handful of episodes in season 26, and then the specials for that season, and then we'll have watched all of them, which is pretty nuts, honestly. So that'll be cool. And we connected back up to here, which is great. Also want my torches back. And now we're gonna go ahead and block off all these extra bits. Do that. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now we officially have all of our beacons connected up, which is great. And really all we gotta do from here is get the rest of this crap going. So we can go ahead and dismantle the old beacon that we have, and then we can go install the new one. So we can get rid of this one finally after all this time. It's been forever and a half. We'll get some cobblestone here. There's one other thing I know we need to block off here. And it's that. We're gonna take all the iron out of this. also going to pillar up from where our beacon hole is all the way up to the surface. So that way we can get that kind of all sealed off. We're going to dismantle on our first ever beacon. That's pretty cool. We'll throw it in the pile now that we got more. And that means I can finally patch up the holes that this beacon has caused through my base, so I'll have to make sure to do that at some point. I mean, it's already been almost 3 hours, so yeah, if it doesn't happen today, then... Well, if it doesn't happen this stream, it'll happen, like, in, like, 5 hours from now or something. It won't be that long. Well, I don't know if I actually want to stream Mondays, because right now I'm already streaming 5 days a week. And the days that I have streamed, especially on weekends, I've been streaming twice a day on weekends. I don't know if I want to keep that up going on to, like, Mondays, too. Or if I want to at least be able to rest on Mondays a little bit more, you know? Oh, we got all 9 of our blocks back. We can take this back. There it goes. And we'll tuck that away for right now. And there should be one... Oh, I guess I had left it there. We're gonna fill this up with our iron. There we go. We're gonna do a little something like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and look straight up from here. And we're gonna just pillar up all the way to the top. Might take a while, but it's gotta get done. We'll do it up to there, and then I think we'll switch out to cobblestone. Just because we can. Free will is in fact very cool. As long as you have good control over it. There we go. Let's see here. Yep, we still got a ways to go. Alright. Should be near the top. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. That lines us up with where we've been. We'll break that. And then we'll go snatch like some random grass block or dirt block from up above, because I've had a couple of Endermen place stuff up in there. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, I really wish they had either made like the stack size larger by now, or like had done literally anything extra with some of this stuff, because seriously, it's getting to a point now, and that sticks out like a real sore thumb, so we're gonna go handle that real quick. But it gets to a point where, like, I don't know, it just ends up being kind of lame, and you really feel like you're just kind of stifled. Oh, there's another bit of glass. Like, seriously, just not having enough space for things is consistently a big problem, and it gets really annoying after a while. Get another one there. I guess I can just climb the ladder straight up. There we go. Go do that on both sides because we don't need the ladders anymore. Right, away. There we go, do a little something like that, and then we really just have to get all this stuff taken out. There we go. We can now take the ladders out finally after all this time. They can go away. Alright, we got a lot of weird stuff on us that we can just go ahead and toss because I don't want to keep any of this. Let's see, our cobble deep slate, don't have it on us because it's in a different box. And finally had that hole sealed up. Although there will be like a bigger one way later that we'll have to do. There we go. Clean this out. Perfect. Okay, so beacon number 4 is positive X, positive Z. So we're going to run this way, and then we're going to make a right turn. Perfect. This is where it ends. We 100% have enough iron for this now, thanks to our old beacon. There we go. A little something like that. There we go. Need to make a little bit more. A little something like that. Hat these off. There we go. Alright, now we get our beacons. And we can go ahead and a little bit more iron there. Take this time to do a little bit of organizing though, because we haven't done that in a sec. I feel like there was a deep slate box, but apparently not. Oh no, that's not good. Oh shit, where did I put my shulker box? Oh, that's bad. Hang on, we need to stop what we're doing and go find that. Oh, that's super bad. I do not have the data pack for that. Again, I'm pure vanilla, so I got nothing. I've lost. Oh, am I under test? Right. Duh. Thank God. Nope. That's not good. I have a white shulker box that I specifically carry on me for a lot of stuff. Oh, no, I know what I did with it. So when I was redoing that part of my base, where I took out the holes and stuff, I had used it to get some wood out of it. That's what it was. Right, okay. No, that should be okay. We can pop up and get that. I haven't gone too many places, so there's only a couple of places I can go check. So one of them would be up in here, which it's not, and the only other one would be either here on this layer or on another. There it is. Yeah, this has all of my good stuff that I carry on me, so like emergency supplies and things like that, and ender pearls and 2 stacks of shells, and it's all replaceable stuff except for this. This takes a long time to replace, so and so does the spear. So I don't want to lose those if I can help it. All right, let's see here. All right, well, I guess this is our cobble deep slate box now. Can't seem to find any more. All right, cobblestone, deep slate, deep slate. Okay. This is where we're gonna pop into whichever one of these has all of the deep slate. Here we go. Cobble deep slate, cobble deep slate. And then I know one of these was late on it, but it had cobble deep slate too. Unless that's the one there. Evil Death Note. I mean, it's not much of a Death Note per se. It's just to detail like some of the bigger projects I'm working on. Because I'm gonna lose all my progress on it and not remember what the hell I'm doing, so let's get that in there. I can come back with me. We can throw these out now, we don't need those no more. Oh, I knew I had another one. Okay. I am planning on redoing my storage system, but it's gonna take some time. Here we go, empty box, nice. These can all stay there like normal. It goes back in. And then I need to empty these out in the near future, but yeah, if there was something like that that deleted the chunks as I wrote it, that'd be a little fucked up and evil, but only a little. Wouldn't be too bad though. Could be pretty useful. Let's go check on our iron supply while we're thinking about it. Hey, 50 more blocks. And 61 there. Perfect. So even if we hadn't taken out our beacon, we should have had enough, so it'll be okay. There we go. We want to go positive X, positive Z. And we're going to get this last one done. Beams are lit up. The room's completed. I should have kept a little bit more deep slate, but that's okay. Speed 2. Haste 2. Resistance 2. Jump boost 2. Strength 2. Haste regeneration. And with that, we're done. We've successfully and finally put together all 4 of these, which is great. And with that, I mean, we can leave. We did everything we really wanted to. An evil, cool video. Means I'd have to watch stuff, which I'm still morbid right now, so I'll watch it a little later, but damn, we got 3¼ stacks of iron. Not too bad. So that's my leftover then, that's good. And yeah, we got the quad beacon all done finally, so that should be okay. And then we have the pathways that lead to all of them. So that should be good too. That's all cleaned up. And then we got all of our crap down here. So yeah, now all we gotta do is go back up to our storage room and go clean out these boxes. And we should be good, so... It's been 3 hours as well. So we've been doing this for a hot minute now. Here we go. Alright, let's start getting this stuff whittled away. box of stone. Go. Do a little something like that. So look at all the stone put away. Yeah, 3 hours and 8 minutes. Tomato, tomato, you know. It's all about the same in the end. It'll probably be a little longer than that since we still have some stuff to clean up, but it'll end soon enough. Oh, and I still need to go check on the shulker farm after this. I haven't checked on that at all this stream. Well, I checked on it to make sure that it was like flipped on, I think, but that's been it, so I'll have to make sure that's still going strong. Alright, andesite, diorite, granite. Diorite, andesite, granite. That's copper ore. Not really. I haven't seen a Marvel movie since... Like, I actually don't even remember what Marvel movie I've last seen. It was when I still lived in a house, so it's been over 8 years at least since I've seen a Marvel movie. It was well before Endgame, I remember. It has been too long. I think the last movie I remember seeing specifically was probably Iron Man, one of the Iron Man movies. I don't remember which one specifically, but that's all I got to remember, so yeah, not too good. They're fine movies, that's just not for me at the moment. Let's see if we got that. Oh, looks like we had a bunch of gravel. We'll toss this stuff out too. And we got granite, andesite, diorite, okay. Looks like we needed to re-grab all that stuff again, and dirt. But yeah, they're cool enough movies. There's just been a lot of oversaturation with them, and I just haven't been too into them. And especially after all the stuff with Endgame and all that, like that's all you hear is like, you know, after Endgame, like what do, you know? So like Doomsday coming out does sound like it'll be at least cool for people who are into it, but I'm not into it. I didn't grow up with it, and it's just kind of been there, you know. And especially with how some of the recent stuff had tanked too, with some of the more recent Marvel movies, it just doesn't sound like it's a the time to get into it and stay into it was, you know, 8 or 10 years ago. It is now not 8 or 10 years ago, so that's at least my line of thinking with it. Gravel. Do I? I have a gravel chest somewhere. I have to have a gravel chest somewhere. Can't not have a gravel chest. Okay, well apparently I can because I don't frickin' see it. What the H, man? Oh, here it is, that's why. It was up a lot more than I'd expected. Yeah, that's a fair point, though. I mean, after they got to, I mean, Spider-Man movies have always been suspiciously solid too. Like, I actually cannot think of like a bad Spider-Man movie. Genuinely, I don't. I mean, I guess like the Amazing Spider-Man movies were like weaker, but they weren't inherently bad. But otherwise, they've all just been good. Peter Parker as a character has always been good to watch, and it's just been a lot more enjoyable. So I can't think of any good one. And Deadpool's been pretty good too, but there's this kind of bit where like I don't know, like just you kind of want things to be more genuine after a certain point. I do like the fourth wall stuff, but it's good. It's good in bursts. You know, you don't want it to undermine certain parts of a movie or anything like that. You want to get invested in it and not feel bad. So it can be kind of tough and fatiguing nowadays to get into something like Deadpool because there's been a lot of things in the past 10 years that have done meta or self-deprecating humor, and it's funny the first batch of times, right? But you eventually hit a point where you just you've heard it all before, you know. You just don't really care about it. It's like, yeah, haha, you know, I'm dumb and I should die or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, I get it, but you know, there's got to be other things to do at that point, surely. You know, it's good to be genuine and sincere about certain things, but it can be kind of tough to get to that point, I guess. But so doesn't mean it shouldn't happen, though. Yeah, it's more serious, but it still does have the same issue of, again, things just aren't particularly genuine in some aspects, and it can kind of bring everything down because of that. And again, it's to a specific audience too as well. Like I'm probably not the target audience for stuff like that anymore, so I don't really think too hard about that. But um, get my wires crossed here. Hang on, 1 second. I'm gonna toss that piece of flint out. I don't really care about that. Okay, let's do lapis first. This will be a little bit easier to do. Like some of the gold stuff in there. Copper stuff can go in here. I had a copper one. Yeah, I had this copper stuff that I could probably just tuck in here instead. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And there's nothing wrong with like wanting to like stuff like that too. It's just I just don't want to do it like all the time anymore. You know, that stuff's funny for a long time, but at some point you want to like find new things to laugh about and laugh at, and I don't know, it just it changes as you get older. It doesn't have to change, but there's nothing wrong with it even staying the same even, but it still is just cool to see what else is out there. So well, we finally got all this stuff sorted out. Let's see it. Oh, crap. Redstone blocks. There we go. All right. So let's see here. We're looking for copper, gold, iron. Whoops. Coal, emerald, diamond, lapis. Yeah. All right. So these are empty. These can stay on me then. All right. And that should have cleaned up our inventory formally. That's good. And yeah, I mean, we got everything all cleaned up. The beacons are built. All that stuff's good. We're gonna go check on the shulker farm while I'm still thinking about it. It's been a while. We'll probably go up to our bed first, though, because we haven't actually slept in a couple days. I don't want to deal with phantoms right now. There's our new storage room, by the way. I'm still working on building that thing out, but it takes a lot of blocks and designing, so I haven't quite figured out what I want to do yet. Oh, it's sunrise, so it's not sunset. We'll look at the base when we fly back in from the shulker farm, so let's just get over there for now and see how we're doing, so... Okay, well, I just saw a snow golem throw a snowball, which means that the farm is still producing. My world might be more laggy because of the ungodly amount of shulker bullets that are here. That could be part of it. So, I should really figure out a way to clean those out at some point, but yeah, it just kind of does that. Hey, this one actually hasn't broken in a hot minute. Wow, that's pretty good. So normally it tends to give out, but that's usually luck dependent, so... Wow, we actually got a full-ass shulker box of shells just straight up out of that in one go. That's pretty cool. Damn. Well, shit, man. Alright. That's pretty good. I think we're at 3 shulker boxes of shells now, or something like that. We're getting up there. I need 50. If I want to do a double chest of shulker boxes across my whole storage system, I need like 50 of them. The turbochargers even seem to be at like lower capacity, so the fact that it's produced that much is quite good, honestly. I do not have Helldivers 2. I don't know if it's a game I'm going to consider getting. I think I need to like quit buying games for right now too, because like I have to be kind of careful with my money for the time being, and I also have like I think 30 something RPGs I have to play through. So yeah, there's too many things to try and do. It's a fun game though, I've heard, but again, it's just a matter of actually having the time and money right now to do all this. So well, this is our base for right now. It's pretty cool, I would say. Damn. Quad Beacon really sells it. That's nice. Now always do some extra colors on that, so that'll be cool. Yeah, no, it's pretty neat. I mean, although the spyglass does zoom in too hard. I mean, if I do more zoomed in FOV, maybe zoom out a little bit more. Okay, well, I didn't like that. I'm gonna take this out of full screen for right now. Give me 1 second. Full screen is off. Why don't I grab a little bit more than that? There we go. We'll do a little something like that because that looks cool. Nice. Very cool, very cool. Let's go ahead and turn our FOV back up to 90 and go back into full screen. That should kick everything back well. Hit F1 to show our stuff again. Put our spyglass back, and that should be good. Very cool. I took 3 hours to get those beacons in because we had to dig a hole all the way to bedrock on all of them. But that is 100% been worth it. It looks really cool and it's all spaced out really nice, so big fan of that. Of course, we got our bamboo farm up here, along with... Okay, and they are stocked properly, so that's good. They're docked well. Oh yeah, if they had like an ultra-wide monitor or something, that is true. That would probably be pretty cool. I'm too broke to have an ultra-wide monitor, and I don't really get the value in them, because I feel like once you pass a certain threshold, they shouldn't be that wide. It's not natural, or something like that. Oh, and perfect, our bamboo farms have been producing nicely too. That's been good. Yeah, I got 2 monitors. Well, I actually got 3 monitors. I'm using my drawing tablet as a 3rd monitor. But I got 2 monitors, a drawing tablet, and a 3rd monitor I use for work. And then I would like to get an actual proper 3 monitor setup, but apparently my motherboard HDMI doesn't want to work, so unless I had something disabled that I need to figure out, so who knows. But yeah, no, we got a cool ass base, we got a bunch of cool ass farms, things are going really well. And now with these beacons in place, I'm kind of curious to see how far these go out. Because this should go pretty far. Because it should be 50 blocks in each direction. So you can see we're out of range here. We're in range here, though. Notice how it didn't snap up. So yeah, it's right in about this area. And we just snapped up here. So yeah, like right here's the border, basically. Which means that this part of where I want to build stuff is going to be out of range, but it's really not too big of a deal because I still get this whole area for myself. So I can probably have this area that's within the beacon range be for myself, and then it's everything after that point is going to be for like that custom village and thing like that that I want to build too. This should also go over the mountains a good bit as well, so this will be nice. We can glide right on up here. And yeah, this should go past the mountains by quite a good margin. Yeah, so it'll be about here or so. Yeah, it's about here. So it goes past the mountains a good bit. That's pretty cool. And then That means it'd be about here too. So yeah, it'll cover most of the mountain range. And then this area in the back, this is the kind of other area I'm interested in seeing how this gets covered. You fool, nobody can be behind me. For I have no behind. Clearly. But let's see here. Still waiting to get back into range here. Should be back here in a moment, right? That's gotta be within 50 blocks. No? Within 50? Oh, here we go. We are. Okay. We're within 50 now. Yeah, so it's right about here, which is perfect because that means this whole part of my base that I've already scoped out and am using is within my beacon range. So we have a pretty nice area within our beacon range. That's pretty good. We could eventually expand this out by another 50 and make it even bigger. So we could have another sextuple beacon on each of those, but that means we'll need another 12 sextuple beacons. So we'll not only need a crazy amount of iron for that, we'll also need, let's see here, 6 times 12 is 72. So we'll need a whole stack of beacons and then some to get all that, which is 3 stacks of wither skulls. So the only way I'm going to do that is if I actually finish spawn proofing the damn wither skeleton farm. So I haven't done that yet. So but once that does happen, then yeah, it should be fine. But we're covered by beacons. This is good for basically everything I could ever want, so I'm not gonna really worry about it too much. I wonder how far into the mountain this covers too. As this should cover out past this bridge here, which would be pretty neat. So yeah, probably about 4 stacks of skulls since I need to get a little bit extra on top of that. Oh, looks like it doesn't actually cover past this bridge, so yeah, here we go. So it's somewhere within this tunnel is where I'll run out of beacon power, but that's fine. But yeah, I think next time I'll build a cobblestone farm with the end portal so we can start farming up some cobblestone. And then maybe we can also, we'll build that up first, chunk load it, and then while that's happening, we'll build that ring of clouds I talked about earlier so I can put the actual chunk loaders for my base up in there. So I think the clouds are going to go up with the bottoms again at like Y level 280 and the billow up to 15 to 20 blocks, so up to Y level 300. So that'll give me 20 blocks of height to work with on top of the clouds. Oh, it's actually a little bit taller than I thought. 282. Yeah, no, 280 for the bottom should be okay. I think that'll be fine. 72 beacons, so a stack and 8. So a lot of beacons. So 72 times 3 is 216 skulls is what I'll need. So yeah, and that's like 3 stacks and however many. So it's not 4 stacks, but it's probably closer to like 3.5 stacks or so. Which is still fine, but considering it took me 2 hours to get like 1 stack and change of skulls, like 1 stack and 12, it takes 6 to get it with our current setup, so yeah, it'd take a little bit too much, but it's a good bit. But yeah, now we got our bamboo farms all done. This is looking nice, the beacons are cool, and I think our cloud layer should be fine once we get that built up, so we could probably do clouds that are between 10 and 15 blocks thick. That might even be too thick, honestly. So we'll see how I'm feeling about that. It might be closer to 5 to 10. I don't know. But yeah, we'll probably build the cloud level. We'll play test it in creative to see how it'll look, but I'll probably do like clouds that are like between maybe it should be between 10 and 15 blocks tall, 'cause if it's too thin, it's going to look weird. Maybe they'll taper off to be 5 blocks, and then they'll bill out on the back to be closer to 15. I think that's what we'll do. And then, yeah, you know, we'll have plenty of space to put in our chunk loaders, and we should be fine. So, yeah, we got a hell of a lot of stuff. But we should be okay. I want bacon too, but that's because I'm hungry, so. But nope, that should do it for me today here. I will maybe be back later tonight to stream some more. Not too sure on that though, since we already got a lot. I think I'm just outside of some of the radiuses. Yeah, so because I put the other beacons way out in the corner, if I'm dead center, I actually miss out on like two effects, which is regeneration and fuck, what's the other effect? Strength. So I don't get regeneration and strength if I'm directly in the dead center here. But if I go up like 3 blocks, I should get the others, right? Do I get the others? Huh. I guess I have to be more out to the side to go get the other effects. Yeah. So if I'm directly like in the center line here up to a point, I won't be able to get some of the other effects, but I don't want to do one in the center specifically because it's going to look really like weird and stinky, so I don't want to do that. Plus my actual elevator is in the way too, so I'm not doing that unfortunately. Well, let me think. If it's just going to be for regeneration and strength, I can maybe get away with it because I don't have to build a full tier beacon. I could build like a single tier beacon and it should be fine. Yeah, you know what? We'll give that a try. Ow. We'll give that a try real quick. If I wanted it to be strength 2, then I would have to build like a full tier beacon for that. Oh, well, I have to do a full tier for that anyways if I want to do regeneration. Yeah, so I would have to have it center on like this block. And I would have to, yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. There's just not enough space for it. Because there's not space under this either, and I don't want to put it up any higher than this, so that's alright. It's really not too big of a deal because it's like super minor, and it's literally in a spot that I can't even stand in that spot unless I'm at bedrock. So that's kind of the other thing, and when I'm within the elevator, it's fine, so, but it was a good idea though, but if I could have lined it up a little bit better, it could have been cool, but yeah, like if I'm dead center here, it won't do it, but yeah, regeneration and strength 2 are the ones that tick down. But if I'm like in the water at all, if I'm in the actual main part of the water for the elevator, I get it back. So there's like a 5 block strip where I don't have it at all. But only for those two. And technically what I can do is I can actually break the beacons in opposing corners and mirror them. So I can change the order of what I do first. So that way they're closer to the center and then I'll have overlap. So, but I'm not doing that today. I don't feel like doing that right now, but I can eventually do that and it'll be cool. So, but yep, I'll be back probably later tonight to do more. But with that being said, thank you all for watching and I hope to see y'all again next time. Bye bye.